Anything to dress up as that? No, anything?
Business strategy.
You've already zipped it? Oh, you kidding me? You keeping that dinner?
No,
You know what's funny, dude? He invited you. He worked us 9 ways. He's gonna die when he sees that. He worked us 9 ways to Sunday a year and a half ago. That's the one. And we're back. It's another week of the Three Guys Rant. I hope everybody had a good one. I'm looking forward to this Sunday, second most popular day of the year, at least to me. And Arvin, that would be
the first being what?
Puerto Rican Pride Day.
That's right. Wow. There's a parade too. So you're all invited to the parade. I'll be sending out that email.
The only parade I thought you knew about was the one in Long Beach. And whoever's been there knows exactly what parade I'm talking about.
It's funny how that popped in your mind, man.
You know what's funny is Mike does participate in 2 parades a year. He flies back home to New York, which is funny that New York has to have a Puerto Rican Day Pride parade. Stand by. And then he flies back to LA for the Doodah parade.
Like if it's something bad.
I don't get it.
Wait. When the hell was New York home for a Puerto Rican?
I think it was done right after the island was ever.
So there's more Puerto Ricans in New York than in Puerto Rico.
Exactly.
That's no joke. But hey, wait. On the more popular things today, are these bigger things. Arvin has been hard at work, and we give him a hard time every week because.
You know what? Do me a favor. Don't ever use my name and the word hard in the same sentence.
Hey, why are you blushing? Okay? They told you to try everything at least twice in college. Don't be like that, okay? We don't judge. Mike was in a foxhole with 6 other Marines for 9 months during Desert Storm 1, okay?
Hey, whatever hole Mike was in with 9 other men, don't ever bring that up, please.
That being said, I wanted to thank our sponsor today. Today's show is being brought to you by Sprint. And we've got Hector in the house. And Hector, what are we going to say? Sprint, which division? There's so many nowadays.
The mothership, Sprint Corporate.
Sprint Corporate, I like it. Okay, so Hector's brought in some new toys. He's going to talk about some of the cell phones, other programs that are out there for all kinds of, I guess the different things that are coming down the pipe. I like when he's laughing over there because he wants to throw something at me because I caught him off guard. Today's segment also was brought to you by MonsterMG.com. It is our #1 advertising partner, and we want to thank Sprint for being in the house, and we'll turn it over to Hector a little bit. Again, Super Bowl. Who's going to win, guys?
Giants.
Arvin?
I'm still going with Chargers.
Yeah, you would.
Leave it to Arvin. All right, the house is unanimous. The Three Guys Rant is rooting for the Giants. You really decimated my Cowboys. I'll be looking forward to seeing them. Yeah, I know. Oh,
yeah.
And as always, we've got Brian on the board taking care of us and making sure that the humiliation lives on.
And just for all the listeners, there's a Super Bowl party at the Arvin's house. We're going to post his address on our Facebook page. So make sure to visit. For
over a year now, we've been trying to find love for Arvin. And unfortunately, every time we hook Arvin up with another woman, it ends up being a bunny boiler.
You know, I was going to say, anytime you try to hook me up with love, it's the wrong kind of love that shows up at the door.
Hey, she looked like a woman on the website. I can only go by the picture and description, okay?
It wasn't even the same person that was in the picture is a problem.
How was that my fault? The last time I saw your profile, you had stuck Brad Pitt's picture in your place. How do you think the women still meet you?
You know what? All I got to say is that Photoshop is the best thing ever invented.
Be that as it may. Also in the house today, which is why Arvin is all abuzz and just very excited, we have Kristen Renton from
South Carolina.
And I apologize, I don't watch the show, but I did look up the bio. So
man.
I want to admit it now before we get inside the studio. The lovely Miss Renton is sitting in the green room right outside the studio, and
I think she's walking out.
Hey, but the 3 of the 4 of us watch the show, so we'll be having in the second and third segment. We'll be looking forward to talking to her and the different causes she's affiliated with. And we'll get on to
in case you forgot, you listened to the Three Guys Rant on Vice Radio.
I said that somewhere, didn't I?
We're on the DM Narc Radio Hour, and I'd like to thank David for giving us that clam chowder power. Is that what we call
The
it?
Clam Chowder Power Hour,
That's
baby!
right. I'd like to thank DM Narc Radio Hour, also Indie Radio 104 here in LA, very big out in Europe. And
I thought it was 104.
it's indie104.com is the website,
Okay.
but you can go on there under iRadio, Indie Radio. If you just go under indie104.com, you'll see it. We're on there on Thursday nights.
And locally here at home, we are on
Adrenaline Radio, and I'd like to thank the Federal family for allowing our madness back into the studio. So it's a good thing.
And we can always be reached at 800-405-6425. As always, we'll get into our usual rhetoric. Mikey, what do you got for us today?
What do I have for us today?
You know what? Should we go down the list again? I'm ready.
Actually, wait. He's ready. Arvin's ready. Let's go with the first one. Arvin,
Okay.
what is tomorrow?
Are we talking about politics? I don't know.
Tomorrow is Groundhog Day.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
All right. Who's the most famous groundhog?
Bill Murray?
Wow. You know what? I'm going to give you an A for effort on that one.
If you're gonna base the weather on his shadow tomorrow, it's gonna be a long winter. Right?
But you know what? Over here on the West Coast, it's been the warmest winter we've had in a long time.
Nationwide.
This has been warm?
Nationwide.
This has been off the
Actually,
chart warm.
All I gotta say is that my boys are in the garage at night. It's that cold at my house.
yeah.
Wow. Hey, Brian, you let that one go? There was no explosion for that comment? Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
who's the famous groundhog that's going to appear tomorrow and tell us whether or not we get 6 more weeks of winter?
Bill Murray?
Puxatawny Phil.
You know he's gonna remember that. Right?
Arvin, what are we going to do with you?
Anyways, I relate to everything in terms of movies.
This is true. This is true. You got to give him credit for that. Mikey, I'm sorry, I cut you off earlier. What topics you got for us?
No, I was just talking. It's been a pretty eventful week in politics. You know, we like our politics, and we had a couple of debates, and then we had the primary.
Okay, you know who was in town today?
Absolutely.
So you know who was in town?
And at what store and what city?
Northgate Linwood Miss President.
How about Inglewood? But I'll give you credit for the wood.
It was still in the wood.
We're going to give you credit for the wood, baby.
First lady.
You know what? I get tons of credit on my wood. So that's good.
So the first lady, yeah, she was here in town over there in Inglewood at a grand opening for one of somebody that was going to hopefully start sponsoring the show.
You know what's funny is she gets a bad rap, I think, sometimes, because I know that comment was made that she's an angry black woman, and that's harsh. You know, she's the first lady that I could recall being attacked in ways like that. They never really went after the others.
No, they never did. But you know what my thoughts are. So.
I know. Mikey's convinced that it's racially charged, and I'd like to not believe that we still live in a country of that manner.
Yeah, we do.
you didn't hear what happened in Alabama then recently.
Well, no. I understand it's isolated. I mean, there's issues, but as a whole, I'd like to not believe that. But day after day, I get proven wrong, and Mikey proven right on some of the theories.
So anyways,
But did you guys see? Sorry to cut you off. Did you guys see the Jay Leno interview?
Oh, that was spectacular.
Yeah.
I love his comment about White House honey.
Mm-hmm.
That was, and what was good? You got to give Jay credit, because what's so good about him is the way he said, if this was any other president, that would mean something completely different.
No, I was almost hoping you would have said Clinton. I mean, I don't know if that's what you were thinking. That's what I thought.
Well, see, but again, he gets a bum rap only because it came out.
Right.
Okay, there's always
only because it came out is what you're saying.
Well, hey, I'm just saying that was the issue.
He got caught.
He got caught. Okay? If he hadn't gotten caught,
Again, I say with as much stress as the president carries, that's the least that we can give him. I mean, I'm just going to say it.
So are you volunteering? That's what I'm hearing. So,
no,
it depends what end we're talking about.
We're not having Arvin volunteer anything to our president, okay? I don't need the Secret Service up here either.
Anyways, so, it's been a pretty eventful week.
Which comment? I know where you're going. What are you going to say about Romney?
Well, he finally won one. I mean, he finally won a clear one.
Oh, okay. That's where you're going to go to attack his comment from last night, but he's not concerned about the poor people.
Yeah, no, I was going to get to that later. Yeah, he's not concerned about the poor people because
Or the rich.
Well, I mean, the rich got money, and the poor don't need him.
But he wants to deal with the 98 98.5% of the middle class.
Well, understand something. You get 100% of the middle class is a little too much to bite off. But
Yeah,
98.5 of them?
But us poor folks, we have social networks to help us out.
Are you that poor that you can't afford the O and the R?
No.
You're
That's,
popo?
that's how poor I am.
Brother,
man.
Mike has always said that he's a poor, broke Puerto Rican, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Poor, broke. How do you spell that?
The way I spell it, you wouldn't understand it. But yeah, no, so it was pretty cool, man. Watching all that madness.
But, you got to give it credit. I mean, we're down to 2 people now. It really is the Newt and Romney show.
Well, we're down to 2, and that's what everybody keeps saying, all the pundits keep saying, but Newt can stay probably till, if he set the financial back and he can stay till the convention, Ron Paul is going to do the same thing. He did it last time around.
Right.
So the question is how far to control him. But other than that, I mean, it could be a pretty good convention.
And the speculation is what? It's going to be Romney Christie?
It could be, there's a lot of people that it could be Romney Christie, Romney Polanski, we can talk about Marco Rubio, so who knows? It's going to be fun.
That is going to be an interesting show. Arvin, your thoughts on this?
The Puerto Rican badge, because now the Puerto Ricans got all upset of the Florida debate because of the unrecognition that the presidential candidates had given Puerto Rico. Did you hear that?
Not bad. No, I missed that one. Tell me about it.
Apparently, they asked the candidates.
I'm already hot.
The candidates were asked by I believe she was the president of the Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce,
Are they
and
Puerto
she
Ricans in
asked.
Florida?
Yeah,
She
No, not
asked
you.
some question about why. Oh, the question was why didn't they name the Puerto Rican governor to be a candidate for vice president? And of course, everybody was and if, where, maybe, because I don't know and I don't want to get involved. And Santorum was the only one that actually called out his name. So there comes a bashing from the media saying, hey, the Puerto Rican community upset at the Republican candidates for not involving the Puerto Rican people and the Puerto Rican community in their debate, and kind of like a quick, jump over. Yeah, okay, they're there, but next question. So they're getting a lot of heat from the Puerto Rican community about.
Well, I can tell you why he hasn't been mentioned anywhere. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
So if who would want to mention or
Nobody wants to be associated.
So,
No, but that's a question that I had posed.
But to your point, though, the problem is nobody wants to be a realist.
Exactly.
nobody wants to speak the truth. It's a
Well,
problem.
that's the problem. So it's kind of the same situation we had when we elected Obama. Everybody kept saying, South Central and Compton are going to elect him the president. Are you kidding me?
Right.
I know it was 100% vote from over there, but that wasn't enough.
No.
These people got to get some realization. And how many Puerto Ricans are available to run for?
How many?
Yeah.
That have a good, clean record. That when they do the vetting, they're going to get through. It's a good 2 or 3. Yeah, I think probably say.
That's too much, though. That's still too much.
I'm telling you, man. It's a whole different story, man.
See, Puerto Rican politics, my brother, is totally different.
Oh, this should be good. So if this coming from a Mexican?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot of unity in there. The Mexican government and Puerto Rican government, they kind of go hand in hand. They're like Hansel and Gretel, just keeping along.
Hansel and Gretel.
Dude, things are getting really bad down in Puerto Rico. With the drug thing, it's become almost like the Mexico.
Has it really gotten that bad?
The murder rate. I think after I was talking to my dad yesterday. Yesterday, the murder rate in Puerto Rico was like at 1,200 people.
Just in his block.
I was going to say, year to date?
Yeah, year to date.
No
And
kidding.
Yeah, and like 300 is, like 2 blocks from my house. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it's good times. Man. That's why I want to go down there on vacation, man. I want to take Arvin on the road. I want to take Arvin with me down there.
Dude, you know what? That would be a trip worth sponsoring. Arvin.
Well, you should let the pros handle sound effects, man.
Arvin's over there playing. He's got a new toy.
But anyways, man, yeah, it's a completely different world.
Okay. Now, the other thing, too, what's funny is lately, Obama, I guess 2 of his last few speeches, he's been kind of humming some bars and singing.
Right.
And it was so funny. I think it was Romney tried to do the same thing yesterday.
Well, he sang like almost half the song of, what was it, America? He was America.
Oh, did he really? I didn't know he went that far.
Yeah. And it's funny because I think it was Jay who asked the First Lady her impression of his singing. And she was just, it was beautiful. What else is she going to say? But Jay played a clip of him singing it. It was painful.
You know, what's funny is every time we attack him, the guy's going back to be a rock star. Everywhere he walks in, people are getting excited again. You know, it's one of those things. It's going to be an interesting year.
It is very interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how bad the Republicans beat each other up. Until they decide who's going to actually represent it.
Mr. Ochoa,
Yes, sir.
nothing exciting from you, huh?
I got tons of stuff, but I was saving it.
Okay, we're going to let it go. Hey, Hector, before we go to our first break, you want to interject something? Tell us something new about Sprint?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this year we are starting a whole new platform, a new network that will definitely give customers the opportunity to really go fast with their data download. We have already introduced in 4 different markets in the U.S. Some that'll fit close to dear to your heart is in Texas, three major cities: San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Houston, and Atlanta will be introducing our new 4G LTE network starting the end of the first quarter. So there's some new handsets that are coming out, primarily for the long-term evolution network.
Outstanding. All right, well, Hector's going to come back and join us in the fourth segment. We're going to talk more in detail about what's going on with Sprint and some of the things that they're going to bring to the table. And we'll be more than happy to take your calls, and he'll answer any questions you have when it comes to self-services.
All right, we're going on our first break. You're listening to the Three Guys Rant. Stick around. We're going to have Kristen Renton coming in.
Second?
Second?
Sean Connery.
What are we doing, man?
We're bringing her in. Hey, question for you. I was reading the article. You guys are banning the LTE because you're going to come out with that new stuff that's supposed to be 20 times faster because LTE is a joke. You're not going to go faster. I'm sorry?
20 times faster?
Yeah, there's a new one that they're calling 5G that's supposed to be off the chart ridiculous.
But that's still in the works. Not yet.
Oh, but because they're seeing that with everybody else going to LTE, Sprint, at least with the article
The
read.
reason why everybody's going to LTE is because Apple's coming out with their 4G phones going to be on the LTE network. That's why AT&T wants it, Verizon has it, and then we have WiMAX. We've abandoned WiMAX like a bad stepchild, and now we're investing all this $37 billion on LTE because we're going to get the next 4G phone from Apple and everything. Apple says, no, we're not going to make 2 phones. One phone, we figured out LTE, that's that. So that's why Sprint is saying that. But the other one is on the works, but it still gets too big. I'm not going to have that.
So they can see you on camera. They don't need to see me.
Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go.
I'll go out.
You want to take a show with me? Thank you for coming out. If you can keep me entertained.
The owner of the studio, he's very, very meticulous about his show, so he doesn't like all the interrupts. Or with us, we don't use the top buttons at all. It's more if you have to breathe. Everybody just kind of booms away. But he's such a perfectionist. He's been doing it for 30 years.
So that means too much.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah. I don't even know if they work, to be honest. I mean, for the 2 years we've been here, we've never used them because ours gets bleached later on or whatever else. So.
You don't use them, it's gonna-
That's not cool. All right, and we're back from the break, and in studio as promised, we have Kristen Renton
Hey.
from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh,
good one, Brian.
Who doesn't love a fake applause?
For those of you that are logged in watching online, Arvin always says we have faces for radio and voices for the deaf. So Kristen is the only one in camera sight.
Oh, I love it.
You know what? And I got first off, and let me thank you for coming out. There was a moment about a year ago where I was thoroughly embarrassed by the gentleman in the room because somebody came in, was our master chef, and I said it was like Gordon Ramsay and Calvin Klein had a baby.
Oh my.
The rate.
Quite a mix.
The ratings off that show were just off the chart. There was another gentleman came in here that was great. The last show that you came in and you called in, the charts moved again, and you weren't even here. They on Ustream they couldn't even hear you because it's live and the camera's not tapped into the microphone. So I'm thinking that having you live video, being able to hear you is going to do the same thing. So Sharon, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I think you've been replaced.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure. Oh boy.
Well, not as not. We'll show you a picture of him. The thing was,
there's no comparison.
Arvin had a man crush.
Aww.
And it came out live on air that day. That's basically what happened.
We've gone back to the tape to confirm.
Right.
And every time everybody hears Arvin talk about it, they're convinced that had it been legal in California at the time, Arvin would have proposed.
Oh, you're
did his
so
voice go
dumb.
up like an octave? Had a little twinkle in his
I
eye?
wish it was only one octave.
I think it might be time for a commercial.
But anyway, you're here to tell us about your different causes and the different things you're working on, your show.
Yeah. God, where do I start? Well, let's see. Right now, I'm actually getting ready to do a fundraiser with both Boxer Rescue Los Angeles and Tazi Fund. We're putting together a brunch, and I have asked a bunch of my fellow SOA guys to participate. And so far, we have Kenny Johnson, we have Theo Rossi, we have Michael Ornstein, we have myself. I'm trying to see who else has said that they would make it, and we're going to be putting up tickets on eBay and see how much we can get to come and have brunch with us and hang out and raise some money for the Nuggets.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
You know, and I know Mike's going to throw something at me. I didn't even want to ask for the longest time in the last 20 minutes. I keep saying, "What is SOA? What is SOA?" I'm sorry. I'm the embarrassed one in the room.
You know what it is because he's used to hearing SOB is the problem.
So when we said that, he thought he moved up.
Yeah, well,
He's like, from B to an A, I'm winning
No,
over here.
I thought it was an improvement in my rating, but you know, it finally clicked.
That's the first thing in my life.
Phil, did you guys meet prior to this?
No, I swear, and you know, I knew. I said when Arvin said, "Oh, you know, she's going to be coming in the studio," I thought, "Oh, I'm never going to hear the end of it." I watched the first few shows of the first season and then fell off. And Mike's been on me about picking up the show, and I said, "Oh, but she's coming in live." I'm like, "I'll be fine, I'll be fine." And then I started reading through the book, like, "Oh my God, it was her that called me with the Boxer Rescue." I'm like, "Yeah."
I have to switch seats now.
No. There's no way to recover from that one. So I'm just going to let you guys ask the questions.
No,
Anything? I got a question. I got some exciting news. I don't even know. I'm assuming it's public knowledge because I read it on the internet.
Oh, well, you know.
But
That's always accurate.
I don't know if you can talk about it or not. I heard
don't be a spoiler, man. If it's gonna be a
it
spoiler,
is
I'm
a
gonna
spoiler.
smack you, man.
It is a spoiler.
I'm
No.
nervous.
It's about SOA.
Uh-oh.
I heard
Show her the screen.
it's not on my screen. There's something else on the screen. She can't
see this, man.
I know. I don't want to know.
No, but I heard that you guys got picked up for another 3 seasons.
That is correct, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Up through,
that is good.
yeah, there have been rumors actually while we have been shooting that it was almost a guarantee that we'd go 7. But, you know, with anything, you never know if some of the members get tired or they don't want to do it anymore, or if the creator just says, you know what, I don't want to go that long. I want to go 5 seasons, I want to go 6 seasons. So you never know, but it has been confirmed that we are now good for 7 seasons.
That's outstanding because one of the things I'd read was with FX being as edgy as they weren't sure they were ever going to be able to replace the following and the grittiness they had picked up with Rescue Me.
Yeah.
And I heard and I've read that you guys came in and just destroyed those numbers and have really picked up all of that audience and the share. So that's why I think they're excited about the longer season.
I think between the Shield, which we have a lot of the guys, crew, cast from the Shield, writers, all of that have come over to SOA and really done an amazing job of making the show, you know, have a really, really cult following. And a lot of it, now that Rescue Me has ended, a lot of those fans have come over and caught up and started watching us. So we're blessed to have such an amazing following. Really.
What's so funny about your show also is that I was reading because my wife is, I joke with her that after 20 years of being with me and my brothers and Mike and everybody, that she lost some of that femininity, if you will, because with her, she got so addicted to Rescue Me. And I would tell her, you know, you're wrong on so many levels, right? I said, this is a sexist show. They're insulting women. They belittle women. And she's laughing. And she says, yeah, but it's great. She said, I'd rather not work in an office with women. I'd rather work around men, and not just because they're men. But Rescue Me, The Shield, a lot of those shows started showing the way people really talk to each other, the way they interact. It stopped being so Bill Cosby. Now, when it gets Cosby Show, I grew up watching it, but it gave it a sense of a little bit more realism.
Yeah, the reality of what the world really is like.
Right.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
what do you think?
No, I'm just, you're saying the Cosby Show gave a sense of.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying that.
I'm like,
No.
Wait, what?
I'm saying, because everything
Right.
the Cosby Show.
You know what? All I'm thinking is the majority of people that are listening to this are like,
No.
what's the Cosby Show?
right.
We're dating ourselves.
Right.
But I'm
I
saying that.
loved that show.
Oh, see, but it was the whole feel good 30 minutes. I'm saying that The Shield, Rescue Me, the little bit I've seen of Sons of Anarchy, they've taken it to a different
The
level.
Sons of who? Okay.
I got it right.
I thought you said the Sons of Arvin. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, no.
We're not taking credit for any of your sons. But I'm just saying that, the
But how
show.
many hurt there?
Let me just put it this way. It's a long walk to the mailbox for Arvin on Father's Day.
Uh-oh.
But that being said, I just think that you guys have picked up a large female audience also that before wasn't there.
Absolutely. There's a lot of times when I go do these lot of best friends and meet and greets, I have just as many women in line to come meet me as I do men. Whether it be them saying, "We love that your character goes out and does what she wants to do, makes no excuses, she's a tough individual," that type of thing. Or, they just hate me and they're like, "You remind me of a girl." Really don't know how to, reviews. But either way, they're in line and they're, they're excited to meet us. And I think that's, whether you love us or you hate us, you still have a great time.
No, it is true, because that's the same case in my house. My wife does the show. My mother-in-law, who speaks broken English, she comes in the mornings and it's like,
wait.
Start the show for me.
You talk broken English.
Well, I know, but she's doing worse. But she comes to the house in the morning, the night after the show, and it's like, get it going for me, because I got a DVR for her. If not, forget it.
Nice. See, I love being one of the few females on the show because I grew up hanging out with guys. I really didn't have female friends when I was growing up. I had a few, but doing everything, I didn't get along with them, understand them on the level that I did. Guys, I was always out, playing in the mud and doing sports and looking for snakes and hanging out and chasing lizards, all that kind of stuff. And so I've always gotten along with men more than myself. So going out and playing on the motorcycles and being on this kind of gritty show is just phenomenal for me. I'm having so much fun.
Now, Mikey, I know, I'm embarrassed, but I have to defer to you on this one. Where are we at in the show? What's going on? What's your character doing?
The show ended. The season ended.
Okay, well.
In fact, the finale was so good they had to do it in 2 episodes.
That's awesome.
I'm telling you that, But no, you're watching what? Touch now or some crap with
Touch.
It was on there. It was a pilot.
How was it?
I was telling Mike, I enjoyed it, but I'm not sure I could get into it. It was an interesting concept, but I don't know that they could turn a series into it.
I think a lot of people were expecting it to be another 24.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's going to be a problem. Jim, okay, we actually have a caller for you. Give me 1 second. Hey, the AC finally came on.
Yeah.
Jim, are you with us? She's all yours.
I'm good, darling. How are you? Oh, hello. Oh. Thank you. That is very sweet, and I appreciate your support. I try to do as much as I can for all animals, not just the dogs. So I really appreciate your support. Oh, thank you, my little Twitter followers. I love it. I have the best Twitter followers ever. I keep sending me pictures of all your animals because I love it. I love it. It's amazing. You guys are all awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for calling, Jim. Bye-bye. Before we go to our first break, I was going to say, do you want to give out any like Twitter information, Facebook numbers?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. My Twitter is KLR14. KLR14. And my Facebook is just my name, Kristen Renton. You can find a bunch of info about Boxer Rescue on both my Twitter and my Facebook. Tazi Fund is the other organization that I work very closely with, and that's on both my Facebook and my Twitter. And I try to interact with my fans as much as possible. So, if you guys want to follow me on either or both, that would be great. And I try to answer all my emails and all my tweets. I try my best. So, as much support as I can get, that's awesome.
No, that's good. I'm sure we're going to link to Facebook and Twitter.
And I got to say that your timeline on Facebook is amazing. Because it's like I post and like I'll go back 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, and there's like, it's impressive how many people follow you.
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm beyond blessed.
All right, and Kristen Renton's going to stick around with us for the next segment. I'm going to continue to be humiliated for not knowing enough about the show. This is the Three Guys Rant on AdrenalineRadio.com. We'll be right back. See, now I'm going to have to go home, go to Netflix. How many seasons are we in?
4. Yeah.
4 seasons.
We're going to start season 5. We're going to start filming in May. Yeah.
I got really, I enjoyed the first season. I saw most of it. And it's just one of those things. Something happened one day. It didn't record it. So Mike out of the blue, I said, "You watching?" No. It's just not going to last. I said, and they can't run it that far. If you drug runners, they got to run out of something. New York season 5.
Oh, yeah.
They brought in the whole racial connection with the Latin and the black club, the local gang.
Oh, yeah.
The police being outed and the sheriff's coming. Well, see, I don't want to ruin it for you.
Oh, no, that's great. I mean, that's just even more reason to watch it. So.
That's what I do. I'm
No, I know.
when we get all that.
Well, it's funny that I know Twitter's become so big. We were joking about this. You're all a flutter, all of Twitter, jumping up and down, and when you first called in, and they couldn't wait to have you in studio. So. Brian, who's on one, brother? No name?
Landry.
Oh, Landry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also told my club president in Iceland to call him. His name is Arni, A-R-N-R.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if his timeline out there is going to allow that.
Here's the way it's going to
I think they're like 14 hours different or something.
So is it tomorrow technically on there?
I believe so.
It'll be tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, yeah.
Late in the morning, early morning.
10?
But he adores her and he's never met her.
Oh, nice.
I try.
So where are you guys from, out of curiosity?
Like industrial North Hollywood.
Oh, it is local. I really thought it was up north.
North Hollywood, and we do a lot of location shooting this summer in Honda, a lot of the 210 freeway, that kind of thing. All the studios in North Hollywood.
That's pretty impressive. I would have never guessed.
Yeah, that's good. We built a bunch of when they went over to Ireland, built a bunch of those sets just like.
I bet you didn't even know that, did you?
No. That's why I'm listening like, I'm going to get creamed in a minute. What's the lady's name from Landry?
Barbara. Just as a quick update. Just a quick update.
That's fine. I'll let you run with that one.
I can hear. Yep.
You're the one who was so excited.
Yeah, this is for you. This is Oprah Winfrey status. That's the only thing I cared about.
All right, and we're back in the segment. It's the Three Guys Rant. Before we get back to Kristen Renton, she's sitting in with us. We're going to talk to Barbara from Landris Tea. Barbara, are you with us? Hi, how are you?
No problem.
One of the things, for those of you that are listening or who didn't follow us back then, Landris Seeds, there was an article on them that Mike and I had read about. You were the oldest seed company in America, correct? Wow, that's exciting. And, I was so glad that Arvin told us you were going to call in to give us a follow-up, because I know one of the things he was very excited about was, as my wife was reading on your website to get an update on the catalogs, she noticed that Oprah was one of the people that was helping push the Landris Seed Company to help you be able to make it through this year, and we happen to be listed 2 names under Oprah, and Arvin was beside himself. So can you give us an update? What was the final tally on the? I mean, did it work out, or is everything going to work out now?
No, that's great. I mean, we're happy we were able to help a little bit in that, you know, and to follow up on what, well, you know, well, to follow up on what Phil was saying about Arvin being excited, being in the same list as Oprah. For some reason, he wants us to call him Gail, and we're trying to tell him, no, man, Arvin, it's okay. You don't look like a Gail, but you know.
I don't know that Stedman's really in the picture.
Wow.
Yeah, but no, we're happy we were able to help.
Barbara, thank you so much for calling with the update. If we could ask that you indulge us, and maybe in another 3 months, please, you know, contact Arvin again. We'd love to hear a further update so we can help, you know, keep reminding people. He'll put you on our Facebook, and we'll keep sending out the message in hopes that we can help you guys stay alive. Sorry about that. Well, that's excellent. And again, we're going to keep pushing people to the site. We look forward to talking to you in the next few months, and please keep us informed.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling. Good luck. Bye-bye. All right, and now we're going to go back to Kristen Renton, and we have a special caller all the way from Iceland. Is it Ireland or Iceland?
Iceland.
Iceland. All right, here we go. Are you with us?
Hi, darling.
Hello, Army. Army.
Rick, put your face in front of the camera and wave. Go like this.
For the listeners' pleasure, I'm escorting Kristen to the radio station, and this happens to be a friend of mine in Iceland. He's the president of the Pirate Riders Iceland charter in Reykjavik, Iceland, which is where the U.S. military base is. It's their largest city. And he adores Kristen Renton, so I don't want to waste any of that time. He needs to talk to Kristen for a couple of minutes.
Well, thank you. Well, I appreciate you spending the money to say hello. Of course. Of course. It's my birthday month. Why not? Yes. They would start in my birthday month. Yes. So it's going to be a big month for me. Dinner dates and birthday, all good stuff.
I just hope you didn't call collect.
I'll make a pay for it anyway.
So, anything else?
Well, thank you for calling. I really appreciate it. All right. Bye, sweetie. Bye.
$100 for a call.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, Arvin would have spent it, but he just happened to be local.
Well, well, Arvin spends out of 976 calls, but I'm saying about one of these.
That's a whole other topic. We'll just finish up with
That's next week's show. All right.
Can I come back for that one?
Oh, she wants to stick around. We can talk about it now. I was trying to be respectful over here.
Sorry about that, Gail.
You know, that's not even fair because I didn't even hear the comment.
Oh, you did?
No.
I was wondering why he was so calm about it. I was like,
Well, here's the playback. He'll know.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Tassie Fund.
Yes.
What is the origin, or how does it relate to your boxer rescue?
Tassie Fund is an animal rescue organization that was started by a very dear friend of mine by the name of Renton. She had a boxer that I'm not sure if the boxer had come from Boxer Rescue Los Angeles, but she's always been, it's kind of like our sister rescue. She's always been a part of Boxer Rescue Los Angeles, and she started her own rescue in memoriam of her dog, Tabby. After her dog passed away, she said, you know, I feel like there's so much that I want to do to help these animals. And so not only does she do rescuing, she does fostering for military personnel that go overseas who find temporary homes for their animals so they don't have to put them in the pound or deal with any of that stress. We raise money for medical funds. We help. Recently, someone contacted me on Twitter that they needed help fundraising for their dog who needed a wheelchair. His hind legs, due to a disease, were now not being able to be used, and so we ended up raising enough money to help get this dog a wheelchair. Another animal, just recently, Theo Rossi, who's on SLA with me, contacted me about a dog in Orlando that he had seen when he was there visiting his girlfriend's family, and in 24 hours, through Twitter and Facebook, we were able to raise $2,900 to get this dog the surgery that it needed, the meds that it needed, the boarding that it needed, and get it back up and healthy. It had been found on the side of the road. Half of its left rear leg was missing, and it was just kind of dragging its stump, unfortunately, and it was severely malnourished. It had been abused. There was a lot of open wounds, and so that's kind of what this organization does. It focuses not just on dogs either, it's horses and all animals, cats, and any animal that needs help. We try to do that.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. And they have made me an honorary board member, so I'm very blessed.
I like it. Now, do they have a website? Or
yes, it's actually TazzyFund.com.
TAZZY Fund, FUND.com.
Yes, and again, there's links to both Tazzy Fund and Boxer Rescue on my Facebook, and you can find them. They're also on my Twitter as well. Yeah.
You can mention Theo. He's of Italian descent, right? Theo.
I don't know what he is, but he is just whatever Miss he is, he's fabulous. I don't know.
I was saying because he plays a Puerto Rican on the show. And I'm like, man, they keep finding Puerto Rican and playing Puerto Rican.
Hold on,
what's up with that?
Before we finish up the segment, there's a call for us. Wendy, are you with us? Okay, go ahead.
Hi, darling. How are you? Oh, thank you. Oh, I like being called that, actually. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just love getting good feedback and knowing that I've got support out there. So thank you very much. Awesome. I need it. I need it. Thank you, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
All right, guys, it's winding down. So
I
come
just want
on.
to know how come they couldn't find a Puerto Rican to play. So when you get back, can you please find out for us?
Well, see, my ex is Puerto Rican, but everybody thought he was Armenian.
You're Puerto Rican and everybody just thinks you're a
You know what?
dirtbag.
I've walked into an Armenian bakery in North Hollywood and started talking to an Armenian.
Hey, Kristen, you'll like this one. Okay, so I know I'm already embarrassed and ashamed that I haven't watched the show, but I will. I'll make it up. I get caught up. Mike and I have been, and I was going to jump on some, partners and business associates for about 20 plus years. When I first met Mike, I really hadn't met too many Puerto Ricans. I had worked for the Cuban company. So one day we're talking, and I was in all sincerity, I had no idea Puerto Rico had an airport. I thought it was a third world country as far as I was concerned.
I'm talking to him about flying to Puerto Rico. He's like,
did you hit him?
we were in public, so,
You know, in all fairness, we had the same conversation. I'm like, how long was the boat ride here?
Hey, I want to thank everybody for calling in. We want to thank Kristen Renton for being at the show. She's always welcome back.
Oh, thank you for having me, and I have to do a quick shout out to my mom and
Please.
dad. Hi, Mom and Dad.
that was quick.
I love them. What can I say?
With that, we're going to our third and final break here in a second. I want to thank her escort or bodyguard for being in studio.
Rick, thank you.
He's also gotten us our furthest call from around the world now, so we want to thank you for that. You both are always welcome back to the show, and we'll be right back after this break. Thank you so much.
No, I had a... Yeah. That was before they got phone.
Was that really the furthest call ever?
Yeah.
There's your benchmark.
We've seen some, we get to certain downloads and we see things where they visit the website from around the world, but in terms of somebody actually calling in, that's now the furthest anybody's ever called in from, so
there you go.
That was exciting.
He scored a date.
I like it. I like it. Oh. No. You cracked me up when you sound like your dad. Get about 20 years younger. Want to be started? If you want to be started, I get out of it. Not yet, Mike. And we're back. Once again, I want to thank Sprint for sponsoring today's show and helping us out. But Hector, I got to say, brother, I love you. You're a good friend of the show. We enjoy having you here today. But after 2 segments of Kristen Renton, I don't care how much you're sponsoring today's show, brother.
Bye.
It's like, man, how can you top that?
I can.
I
mean, I don't have a show I come on. I'm not that gorgeous as she is.
Not that. So you're implying that you are gorgeous.
Yes, I'm good, but not at her level. I'm still got ways to work up there, and I just,
That's why we love you, brother. That's why we love you, man.
That's why I hang out. That's why I hang out with you guys.
Well, again, that's all from the heart, bro. So talk to us. Tell us what you got, man. What's coming up?
Sprint doing the new network is going to be even faster than
Right. The investments that the company makes, we want to stay in the forefront of technology. So by introducing our new LTE technology and the new handsets that are coming about, customers will then now be able to do a lot more with that. We've introduced 3 handsets already. We've introduced the market that are coming out. We're going to continue to introduce that throughout the year, but we expect that people are going to begin to have an option to go about doing so. So I think there's going to be some great opportunities for our consumers and those that want to try something different. We are still the only company offering unlimited service. So unlike our competitors, they're capping. They're putting things in between customers that are not allowing us to do unlimited data. So that's one of the things that we are definitely proud of, and making sure that we give what the customers want.
Excellent, Hector. I'm going to put you on hold for 1 second. I've got Brandon. Brandon, is that right? Am I reading the screen right? Hey, how you doing? Good, good. Arvin told us you were going to call in. We're going to plug one more time for the open audition this Saturday, correct? Okay, tell us about it.
You know what? All I gotta say is that you say they start at 2 to 3, 2 to 300 pounds, correct? Because
Oh, thank God. That's the first time I've ever heard a number that actually excludes me from something. So,
you've been looking at our pictures.
so how does that make you feel? That's probably the first time you've ever heard that. You're not big enough.
Unfortunately, it's not. It is the first time from a man, but that would just come out.
Wait, so you're saying you normally hear you're not big enough from a woman? Wow.
No problem, Brandon. Go ahead, tell us one more time. Where can they go? What time frames are we looking for? And let's give out the info. Well, that's exciting, Brandon. Thank you so much for calling in. We're going to make sure that we get that info out once again on our Facebook and on our website. And keep us posted. Please let us know how it goes. Take care. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So Arvin is back in the studio. He was recording with Renton downstairs. I don't know why she had a bodyguard, but you felt the need that you had to go out there too.
I felt the need.
Hector, I'm sorry to cut you off, but since you're so darn skinny, we figured, for some of the bigger folk, we need to get that message out to them.
So the Sprint is coming out with some good stuff. I mean, Sprint was going to finish the show. We're all big users. We just wondering when BlackBerry is going to come with damn 4G phones.
Yeah, that's the question.
No, but Sprint. So we're talking about the new network.
Right.
That's going to be pretty amazing speed.
Right, and here's the thing that customers right now that currently have a 3G phone, I mean, they're going to experience a lot faster data as well. But those that are already getting into a 4G, they're going to definitely experience it a lot faster. The other news that we've introduced or that we've actually put out there is the fact that those customers that are on the Iden network, we are introducing a new Direct Connect network where you'll have a broader capability with your walkie-talkie push-to-talk. You can definitely will be able, in most cases, be able to reach those customers that are somewhat having problems with their signal. Most of us will get into an elevator and won't have access to the signal or a parking lot. In some occasions, this particular Direct Connect now will allow you, in some cases, to get at least one bar or two so you can actually definitely connect with that other person. So we're introducing a whole new lineup of ruggedized military spec phones that are killer. I mean, I've used it. I finally got mine, and it's phenomenal. It's great, compatible. I've dropped it many times just to see if it really can withstand my brutality, and definitely does.
Yeah, but the good thing about it is if it doesn't, you work with Kristen and do the new one. If I do it, you'll get a new one.
Yeah, so don't worry. I got you covered.
Hey, actually, can you also update us a little bit on the tablets? I mean, I know for the longest time there seemed to be a large array of them, but it seems like all of the phone companies, including Sprint, have kind of narrowed down what you guys are kind of not pushing, but carrying and offering. Is there a particular one that you would recommend, or that?
There's a lot of them. They're all good. It all depends on what you're actually looking for. We have the HTC tablet, EDO, that's fast speed. I love it. This is the one that I usually use for all my things, carrying a laptop. You have a Samsung Galaxy tablet, 10-inch side quarter, where you can be on Wi-Fi service as well. To gauge the best one that you want, I recommend just going to a store or go anywhere where they have those tablets and just experiment and touch them, feel them, play with them, and see which one you like. Because everybody likes the iPad, but they don't like the fact that it's too big, or the fact it's smaller. So it just depends on what the consumer wants.
So talking about a Sprint store, I mean, you guys got them all displayed. They can go there, play with them, touch them.
One of the things that we want to definitely encourage consumers to go out to the Sprint store and experience that retail opportunity, especially here in Southern California, anywhere in the market. You will definitely get a sense of honesty, truth, and you'll get salespeople that are definitely listening to what your needs are, so that when they can present you with a quality product that definitely resonates with what you're looking for, as opposed to you going out there and shopping and asking all these questions. I challenge people, go to the Sprint store, find out who's there, ask them all the questions that you want about even the competitors, and they'll be able to answer you with great
Cool. Yeah. The other thing I was going to ask is, what I noticed the last time we had to go to the phone, you guys have really done a good job of stepping up your personnel to get the phone ready before you leave. They actually seem to be, and I'm not trying to put anybody down from the past, I'm just saying that the last time we were there, they seem to be a lot more knowledgeable about the equipment. They were able to set it up faster, give you some of the tips. I mean, is that something that you guys are pushing harder now?
It is. We want to make sure people's time is valuable. So we don't want you to spend half the day at our stores trying to get your phone book transferred. We want to make sure that give us you walk in, leave it. Tell us what's going on. We'll definitely find out what's going on with it after you give us the feedback. Go take care of what you got to take care of. We're there until 6, 7 o'clock in the evening hours until the store closes for you to come back to the phone, and it'll be exactly the way you requested. If it's a phone book swap, we'll swap that over, no problem. If it's something to exchange, you just can't wait because they're on long lines or whatever. Leave it at the store. We will make sure that whatever it is that you have to have, then by the time you get back to it.
You guys are also now doing that new appointment service, right?
Absolutely. That's a great advantage. Call in or walk in there. You know what? I want to schedule. I went to a restaurant next door. I decided, let me make an appointment for XYZ day, time. Go ahead, log it in, and then just show up for that day.
All right. Well, we want to thank Hector Galvan from Sprint for being here today. The show was brought to you by Sprint. We hope you enjoyed today's show. It's also brought to you by MonsterMG.com, our advertising partner. We want to thank Kristen Renton for being in the show. As always, Brian on the board. From Arvin, Mike, and Hector, say bye, gentlemen.
Bye, gentlemen.
Have a great week. We'll see you next week.